All right, thank you. Okay, so I'm super excited and honored to be asked to be on the call for you guys. And I see a lot of Team Powerhouse and some Team Mad coaches, so that's awesome. For those who don't know anything about me, let's just say it's been a long journey, okay? So I am proof that not every coach just starts off great and their business just takes off. But I'm also proof that if you don't quit, then big things can start to happen for you. So my entire life, I have been a late bloomer, so it's really no surprise to me that that's the same way that my business has been as well. So I started off good my first month, and I hit Success Club, and then the second month was so-so, and then just really died off down after that. But my main thing is that I stayed consistent, so I just posted every single day. I always was sharing about my workouts, and I constantly was just planting 1,000 seeds and connecting with people. And now even like 2.5 years later, I get people that message me out of the blue that I don't even know that see my stuff, and they come to me asking for help. But it's because they followed me for so long and they haven't been ready until now. So even if you're in that point in your business where it's just not taking off and nobody seems like they're ready, I'm telling you, don't quit. I'm also super stubborn, so that's like the other part of me that would not me quit, even though it got really frustrating. But planting all those seeds and building all those relationships, I really feel is why I've honestly hit Success Club. The first time I've hit Success Club 10 every month. So that's kind of my like push for the end. If I can make it till December doing that, that's like my goal right now. So my background is I was an elementary teacher, and then I got my special ed background, and I did special ed, and then I got really burnt out, even only doing it for a few years. I switched to a self-contained class, and I just kind of lost my purpose in life, and then coaching came around. And so even though I wasn't excelling as a coach, it just gave me life, and so I'm just so grateful for coaching. So today I just want to talk to you guys about Success Club and kind of how I've gone about it this year and hitting Success Club. And then just to back up just a little bit, the only main difference that changed for me in my business is I was doing personal development. I also learned that I suck at reading personal development. So if that's not you, or if that is you, it's okay. If you haven't heard of podcast, get the app. I listen to it all day long in the car, in the kitchen while I'm cooking, while I'm getting ready. Shailene Johnson. I follow a lot of other top entrepreneurs who are helping other entrepreneurs. And so I really started to focus on leadership. And actually, before I got the app, I just went on YouTube, and there's tons of free things on YouTube and like books on tape for free or seminars. And so I love John T. Maxwell, and so I wanted to build a team, and I wanted to be a better leader, so I just started to focus on that. And so I think that that's what was the kind of change in my business, along with learning on the do's and don'ts of what to post and annoying things to post as a new coach versus something that's going to engage with people more. So let's get on to Success Club. Okay, so the main things I'm going to talk about are where am I finding my potential clients and or coaches. So social media for me is like my biggest one where I'm building my business. So my main two platforms are Facebook and Instagram. You might be a Twitter, you might really do well on Pinterest. I have Pinterest, I have Twitter, I have YouTube, and I have Tumblr, which I never use. So if you've never heard of the website If This Then That, go there, and there's all different kinds of recipes that you can set up. So what I have set up is whatever I post on Instagram automatically goes to Twitter and to Tumblr, because I don't even remember my Tumblr password to get on. I don't even know it. But people follow me. I get emails all the time that so-and-so is following you, so-and-so is following you on Tumblr. But I just have that stuff automatically set up on there. To me, it's not my bread and butter, but I love Facebook and I love Instagram. And I fell in love with making videos. You don't have to, but I started about over a year ago making videos very consistent, and I went back after a long time and deleted like all my beginning stuff because it was, I had Beachbody logo crap everywhere, and stupid post on Instagram, and I cleaned it up. But I fell in love with it, and so that's where I find people. So for me, it's Facebook and it's Instagram. For the second part is on Facebook, how I find people is I create a public event invite. So if I'm going to host a free challenge group, or if I'm going to host a Beachbody challenge group, I find, and we're going to talk about each of these in the next couple slides, but through the public event, that's another way to meet people that you're not already friends with by making it public. If your friend decides that they're going to click going to your event, it's going to show up on their friends' news feeds. And so then they might say, oh, Sarah's going to this. That looks cool, especially if it's like an ab challenge or whatever. And people just start clicking going. And so that's how you get other people. And then I ask them to invite people. The other way is I just directly private message a lot of people. I have like 1,000 messages. So again, it's building that relationship with people and then personally inviting them to either the coaching or to a challenge group. Follow-ups, we're going to talk about where I follow up between messages and emails, and then referrals are awesome. Okay, so new contacts. Facebook specifically, when you send out a friend request, once I get that notification that so-and-so, let's just say Sarah, has accepted my friend request, before I message her, I'm going to go right to her page, because sometimes I can't see everything until I'm their friend, but I'm going to scroll through her wall, and I'm going to like and or comment on a bunch of her things. I'm going to see, I probably already friended her because we have mutual friends, and so my message typically is, hey, thanks so much for the ad. It looks like we have mutual friends. Now, if I notice that they're interested, like she's working out or she's always at the gym or something like that, I'm going to say, I love meeting other people that are into fitness. That's so cool. Whatever. Or if maybe she just went on a trip, and so I used Hawaii as an example, and maybe she took some awesome pictures. So I'm just going to say, hey, I saw that you just went to Hawaii. Your pictures are amazing. That was probably one of my favorite vacations. Where did you stay? So I'm just opening the door for a regular conversation. Nothing about Beachbody, nothing about coaching, just to have some kind of connection to this person, because they might have added me because we have a bunch of friends, but odds are a bunch of those friends are probably not really close friends with me, and so she's probably thinking like, really, who the hell is this person, but let me add you. So I want to establish a relationship first, so just general conversations and connect over some kind of similar interests, fitness or faith or family or something. So you want to form them. So I want to find out what is her family situation, what is her occupation or her job, what does she like to do for fun, and then anything else. I think that's what M stands for, I can't remember. But anyway, whatever else that there is to know about her. And then if I happen to see that someone is a teacher, that's another thing. I was a teacher, I like to connect with teachers, and I say, oh, what grade do you teach? So I love to talk about like what was my favorite, classroom to teach, what grade. And then they usually ask, what do you do, or what grade do you teach? And then I can say, or now I can say, well, I'm no longer a teacher, but this is what I did do. And now I'm just an online health and fitness coach, and I teach live classes. And so some people are going to be like, oh, that's cool, and leave it. And so if those people that say just that, then I'm not going to vomit Beachbody coaching all over them and what it is that I do. They didn't ask about it. So I'm just establishing what I do. So now when they start to see my post, it might make more sense to them. They're like, oh, this is what she's talking about with being an online coach. If they ask, oh, that's really cool, what's an online coach do? Then I'm going to give them some information and just say, oh, I run these awesome fun challenge groups. It's so cool to help other people reach these goals. I just make a lot of friends that way that become interested in fitness or are already interested in fitness or something like that. I just don't go into like a ton of detail and overwhelm them about coaching. So that's what I do for new contacts. So where am I finding them? If you're on Facebook and you go to the search engine on the top, if you put in friends of friends, I think now you have to change it to friends of friends that, but I think before you still have to do friends of friends who. So friends of friends that love running or like running, friends of friends that teach, friends of friends who work out, friends of friends who live in Silver Spring, Maryland, which is where I live right now, or from back home, friends of friends who live in Warwick, Rhode Island. Then I want to connect with people from there, and then and then I have a bunch of mutual friends in common. So you can really change the criteria of what you're looking for and who you're going to connect with by doing that kind of a search. Also, not on your phone, but on your computer. If you're on Facebook, sometimes, it doesn't always seem to happen, but on your newsfeed homepage, on the right-hand side would be a sidebar, and it often says, people you may know. I noticed lately on the phone, it's like a bar across the middle of your newsfeed that goes on. There you can find it. And so I really just skip through all the guys. I do have a lot of guys that friend me and follow me, but I just seem to do better, and most of my groups are all women, and my team is pretty much, except for like our discount husbands and stuff. So I pretty much just stick to adding or friend requesting girls. And I mean, I'm in a relationship and I just find it kind of awkward because you never know what guys might misinterpret, and I just don't need that drama in my life. So I just stick to adding women, unless a guy friend requests me that I personally know, or he's like friends with my brother or something like that. So that's where it is in the sidebar or on your phone. And then if you go to your actual friends pages and you click on their friend list and you scroll through it, you might say, maybe it's somebody that you went to college with or somebody that you went to high school with, and you see that they have friends with several people that you technically know. You just might not be great friends with them, or you haven't really talked to them since high school or college. Well, they're probably going to accept your friend request because you probably have like 20 to 60 friends in common, depending on how big or small your school is or whatever. And so oftentimes I will friend those people because I know they're more likely to accept my friend request because we have so many mutual friends in common. Maybe you were on a sports team back in the day or something like that. That's just that kind of connection that's going to connect you. And then I also have my life page or my fitness page. And so what I do when I'm on my phone, it seems to work best. When I go to the notifications of who has now liked my page, I will scroll. And if I find somebody that is not a Beachbody coach, I'll click on their image, and often it will bring me to their Facebook page. And if I can see I can see any interest or anything, then sometimes I friend request them. And there's actually a girl, I'm going to give you an example later on that I did that for and ended up making a sale from that. So that's another way that you can add people, but I don't friend request a lot of the people that seem to like my page. I like to rather have them engage first on my fitness page because they may not know that that's so I did actually just change my fitness page name, so like my name is in it, my full name is in it instead of just Jackie's, but we'll see. And then I go back through my current friends that I'm already friends with, some that I'm like barely acquaintances with, or that you just never really talk to, and the more that you're adding people, just reconnecting with people that you're currently friends with. Okay, so the first one I talked about was a Facebook event invite. So you're going to create your group, and then in the first one, like a picture. Now, technically, I'm using the Beachbody promo here because it was the first time, right? We wanted to make it so awesome. It was the first time these people were ever getting sides. So we want to be in my test group. So I did use that. But like for July, I think I did a summer shred challenge for the 21 Day Fix and the Fix Extreme. But I called it Summer Shred. I didn't call it 21 Day Fix. You could call it 21 Days Till Your Abs, something like that. Don't want to just Beachbody all over it because people kind of get brainwashed with Beachbody and it comes white noise to a lot of people. But if you excite them about some kind of challenge and engage them, they are more likely to get excited about it before they realize, oh, this is one of those home programs. So anyway, make your picture, create your group. In your description, I talk about what they're going to get in the group. So 21 days, dialed in nutrition, whatever. Here it's like, if you want to get that great workout feeling without feeling like you're working out, you love the latest, pop music, something like that, just something to draw their attention in. And then I also put, if you're interested and want to apply to join this group, click the form below and fill it out. And so I have already pre-made a woo-foo form. So it's WUFOO. And you can actually make 3 free ones before you have to pay and make it. So I only have 3 free ones. And my word of advice on that is make them kind of generic so you can always use them. So I have one for new coaches. I have one that does say test group. It doesn't say size, it says test group. And then I think I have one that is just generic for challenge. So that way you can use it for like all your challenges instead of calling it like 21 day fix or 21 day whatever the name of your actual challenge group is. If you don't make a very specific title for it, it won't be that awkward if you use it all the time. So anyway, in that I ask a lot of questions. Not only do I get their contact information, I find out if they have a coach, if they have ever done a Beachbody workout program. I find out what their needs and their wants are, and I find out why they want to join the group and what they hope to achieve. So I kind of have all this information going in to when I message them back. And these forms get directly emailed to you, so you have it, and then you have their contact information. And I always ask for their Facebook and their email address. So in case we're not Facebook friends, then I have that as well. And then also in the description of your event invite, I do say if we are not friends to send me a friend request. And then I also make a little note saying like an asterisk that this is for those who are not coaches or currently working with a coach. I still get a few coaches that like put theirs in there sometimes, but most of the time I don't. And then in there, I tell them to invite your friends. And so once people start to click that they're going, doesn't mean that they've purchased, doesn't mean that they are going to purchase, but they just click that they're going to this event. First of all, it's going to show up to the public. It's going to show up on their friends' news feeds that, oh, you know, Sarah's going to this size test group. Let me see what that is. And so other people might start clicking going. So that's one way to make new contacts that you didn't have. And then if somebody does actually, I message them personally, they tell me that they're interested, we talk it all out, they're purchased, they're ready, they order it, then I go back to that event invite and I'm like, so awesome. Sarah is ready to size it out. She's got her nutrition coming her way and her program. Can't wait. So now that gets other people excited who have clicked maybe or going. So they're seeing this come up in their newsfeed. And then each day until it comes up to the deadline, I'm posting. So size was awesome because Beachbody does those like 10 days, 9 days till purchase, right? 8 days. So I did the whole countdown and it got people excited. And then I would share other images and pictures and whatnot and like video clips. And people were excited. And so that's where I got a couple of girls to get going with it. So I've connected with them and I've put motivation in it. So more and more people are going to want to join. And those who click maybe, a couple of them started out as maybes and then ended up ordering. So yay for them. Okay, so the other way that I connect with people is private messages. So I talked about before how I friend request some of the people that like my fitness page. This girl is one of them. So I noticed on her page, she started talking about PIO, but there was nothing else to do with workouts a lot or Beachbody stuff. So I didn't think she was a coach. So I friend requested her and she accepted. So I had originally started off with, thank you for the ad, super cute cover photo. She had like a really cute wedding cover photo with her and the bridesmaids. And then I said, are you working with a coach? Later on in our conversation, she said, are you working with a coach? I just saw your post, your PIO post a minute ago. And I said, you are assigned a coach, but if you're not working with one, you're more than welcome to join my challenge. I have a mix of girls doing PIO and 21 day fix. And she said, no, I just happened to see the infomercial. I went online. I don't know anybody doing it. Sure, sounds great. So technically, I don't steal people. She didn't have a coach that she was working with currently. So she did switch her order that she just placed. It was just a face program, and she became mine, and she was in my challenge group. And I think later on, she might actually have ended up ordering Shakeology to try later on. Another one is being consistent, right? So people know this is what I'm doing. Sometimes they still don't know that I'm a coach, but they just know that I'm really into working out. And so this is actually a teacher that I used to work with, and she's still Herbalife. Crap. Anyway, so she said, hey, Chickie, I want in on the summer shred. How do I start? So this was July, and it was the 21 day extreme group that I was doing. So I ended up having her because she hadn't been working out in months and months, and she gained a lot of weight, and she was really depressed with this whole kind of divorce situation going on and whatnot. So I got her started with the 21 day fix challenge pack. So this is her coming to me. And then this one said, hey there, I hope you are doing well and staying warm. This was back in January. I wanted to invite you to join my next challenge group starting, and then I give them a specific date because if they have a deadline, they're more likely to make that decision, and it kind of sometimes forces people to say yes because they're like, oh crap, I don't want to miss this. I have a few mommies who are planning on joining since it's only 21 days, and they want to kick off their 2014 health goals and relearn portion control and lose that baby weight. Is this something that you'd be interested in? And her and I actually went to college together. She had one child already. She just had another one. Anyway, so she started off with the 21-day fix as well. And I kind of related it to her as mommies because I did have a couple people, even though I'm not a mom, but I do have coaches on my team and I still get challengers that are moms. So anyway, that's in a private message. Nothing that's all like, join my challenge, it's on sale, this is everything that you get, blah, 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 blah. I made those mistakes as a brand new coach, right? We think it's so cool, everything you get in a challenge pack, but it's freaking overwhelming to people. And they still don't understand half the time what it is that they're ordering. They're like, I just want to lose weight. So take a step back sometimes and like really think it out. And sometimes less is more. And so I still do at times, word vomit everything on people, but just take it a step back and just really figure out what their needs are, and then slowly talk about how this will help each individual need. But you don't need to talk about every single thing that they get in this product by getting a challenge pack, because when you start naming off everything, it just becomes really overwhelming. And then I follow up. So I go through all my Facebook messages. Now, I know Shannon has talked on our team before how she does like a month back and then goes through it. Sometimes I just go way all the way through mine, and sometimes mine might be a couple months ago that I talked to somebody, and I just follow up and say, hey, how's it going? And then they might say, oh, I'm so off the train right now. And I'm like, okay, well, what can I do to help? And let's just get you back going. And so sometimes that's all it takes, because that person is just so frustrated at that moment where they are ready to make a change. And then there's still those people who are off the racks and they are still not ready to make that change. But it's okay, because you just followed up, you made that connection again, they know that you care and you're still there, and I still offer some free advice, and I let them know that I'm ready when they're ready. So going back through old messages has been huge for me. Same thing through emails. If I did this again, I would have a completely separate email for Beachbody related things. I have over like 1,000 freaking emails, and it is so hard to keep up with because I sign up for I'm so bad. Every time on Facebook or all these things with other successful entrepreneurs or things like how do you reach more people, and how do you do this better, and how do you do better with the email system, and whatever, all these automated things, and they send you all these emails. I sign up for everything. So it's so bad. I don't have time to go through it all. So my email just becomes jacked up with this stuff. And then I'm on all these health, signed up for all these things, and I get all this health information. So sometimes it's crazy. So I really do wish I had made a separate one for just to give out to potential coaches and customers, because it'd be so much easier to manage. But anyway, I go back to emails. I've even gone back 2 months and I get things. And then I go back through emails from free leads that never responded, and I'll just follow up with a new email. And sometimes the second or third email seems to all of a sudden they pay attention to. And so sometimes that works out well for me too. And then I also go through old text messages. And when I'm out in public, I also have business cards, but I've really learned that you need to take down their information. Because a business card is just a little piece of paper. I think they're great to have. I know Scotty Hobbs says no to them, but I think that they are great to have. But it's really better for you if you take down their information as well. So I'll collect emails, and I'll also sometimes collect phone numbers. And so I will often go through old text messages. And I've also had a lot of people that purchase and are not on Facebook, and so it's my way of keeping track on, are they doing well with their program, are they on track? So email is really good for me too. Text message, sorry. Okay, so referrals are amazing. So if you get a new customer that's really interested in your next challenge and they're super excited that you're gonna order this, or maybe they just ordered, then you can also say, hey, you have any friends or family who are also looking to make a change and get a jump start on their nutrition or whatever, because doing programs and doing any working out with friends just makes it so much more fun. You guys can do this together. So sometimes that's how I've gotten some new challenges. Other times, if I've invited somebody and they're like, not right now, and I'm like, that's okay. Do you happen to have any friends or family who are looking, to improve their health right now, or are struggling? And so every once in a while, I'll get one that way. And then when I talked about before with those free Facebook invites, again, I'm asking people to invite people. So even when I'm personally messaging on Facebook, anyone that says that they're going, I'll message them. I'm like, I'm so awesome that you want to join this challenge. I'm like, be sure there's a little invite box on the side. Go back and invite at least 4 of your friends, because the more the merrier. And I said, like, let's make this like the bang and dance party, because we were doing size. And then the coolest part ever is when customers promote you naturally without you asking. So I had a new girl, Susie, who's actually going to coach sign up on September 1st. She was in the size test group this month. And she got super excited from the beginning, and she was like, tagging my name and everything, and that she was going to do this program. And then when her shipment came in, she tagged me, and then as she started doing dancing, she would make a video and post it. She's like, posting. I'm like, you're doing everything a coach would do anyway. And she was like, go see my awesome coach, Jack. She was already promoting me, and now I need her not, because I want her to be a coach, so they can all go to her. And then sometimes you just make crazy, awesome lifers. And so I have had some girls with me for almost 2 years now, and they have established this crazy, awesome bond. And I have this one lifer forever named my Christy, and she has probably sent me at least 13 people, whether they bought a challenge pack or a base program, but at least half or more have bought a challenge pack. She's done almost every program for body. She doesn't want to coach, and she gets super, super sick from Shakeology because of the stevia. We've tried everything, half a packet, third of a packet, vegan, non, how she makes it, whatever. But she's just like, I love you. You've helped me lose so much weight. You've transformed my life. You've gotten me out of depression. I don't care who I send to you. And she used to run a business, and so I think she's kind of burnt out of that. But anyway, those kind of people are awesome, right there. Awesome, because if you do a great job, then they are going to refer. Just like when you go to a restaurant and you get awesome service or whatever, you're going to refer people to it. Same thing in your business. So your customers can promote you. And then I just want to go over the success club points that I've gotten this year. So we'll start on the bottom here. For January, I got 10. And then those of you who signed up for the whole cruise, then that, like, you get double the money for your cruise, so that was really cool. So the customers in January, Katie was referred to me by a friend. She had previously been in a challenge group with just a base program, and I got her to get a challenge pack. Anna was a girl from college. Lori was a referral from Christy. Bob was an old neighbor of mine that lives near my parents. And Alicia is a girl that has been with me. She was in that original challenge group from last year that they got really strong. And she signed up as a coach in January. In February, I had a girl from college, one of my cousins. When I lived in Southern Maryland, I used to hang out with a bunch of old dudes, and we rode a Harley. And he sent me his daughter, and she is now a coach. So Tara, Lauren is a girl that one of my cousins referred to me. Tracy was a free lead. So I have a bunch of free leads. And sometimes I still get the initial credit and success club points. Sometimes I don't. So Tracy ordered like a crap load. Hers was like a $300 order, and I got points for her. Wendy is a girl who used to take one of my classes. Tanya, I think I met her on Facebook, and Jules I met on Facebook. In March, Amy is a girl that I connected with on Instagram, and she initially signed up to be a coach. Elizabeth originally was in one of my free challenge groups. Mary, we went to ENC. She messaged me. She's like, hey, I just started drinking Shakeology. Damn it, she go through me. So I'm like, that's awesome. Are you liking it? And so she's like, yeah. And I'm like, are you working with a coach? And she said, no. So I just got her to switch to me. And then later, the next month, when her shipment was about to run out, I had her sign up as a coach, a discount coach, with a new order in a program. Tanisha used to takes one of my classes. A bunch of these other ones were just from Facebook stuff, and then another one was a free lead. In April, it was a mix of Instagram and a couple girls from Instagram. 2 of them became coaches, and some free leads, and then from people that have been invited on Facebook. And that's really how a lot of the rest of this is. And a lot of these people started off in a free challenge group that I ran. So if we ran a 5-day group, I used to run like a free 30-day abs and whatever challenge. And that's how I met them, because it was a public event and friends invited friends. And so that's how I really added to my contacts. So for this month, for August, so far I'm sitting at 18. My goal is 20. That was my goal at the beginning. So I got a couple people on, still waiting on. So let's start at the bottom. Cam, she has been in several of my groups. She always just buys a program. Got her to do size with a challenge pack, and she's actually now ready to thinking about coaching. So September 1st, I'm going to sign that girl up. Jessica is a girl that lives back home. I saw her posting about the 21-day fix, so I sent her a Facebook message and I said, hey, I didn't know you were doing a 21-day fix. That's awesome. How are you liking it? And she's like, oh, well, I'm just using my sister's right now, but I just placed an order. And I said, that's awesome. Did you get Shakeology? And she said, no. And I said, oh, well, are you working with a coach? And she says, no, but I'm not sure I need one. I'm like, well, I run a group, and there's so many girls that actually just started with the 21-day fix, and everybody posts every day, and it's motivation and inspiration, especially for those days where you don't feel like following it or doing a workout or whatever. You might really like it. So she switched to me as a coach. She signed up. Then one day she posted a picture of her drinking Shakeology, and I was like, I didn't know you had Shakeology. And she said she borrowed it from her sister, and she's about to place an order. So I messaged her, and I said, you're going to pay the same price for Shakeology. You might as well get size. That way, you get another workout program, and you can mix and match with the 21-day fix or just all size or whatever. So she was like, why don't they tell you that crap on the website, right? She's like, why would I pay the same amount of money? Duh. So anyway, and she thinks she's going to sign up for the discount next month. So that's awesome. Susie invited her to the Facebook event for size. We went to college together. She's what I was talking about, signing her up. She's a teacher. I think she'll be great. Ken, I got him on the Performance Line Challenge Pack, the pre-workout, post-workout. He's my night class. He's a little bit older, and the recovery is really good for him. We already started noticing that. Michelle takes one of my Insanity classes, and she saw I sport Beachbody like a billboard. My boyfriend drives me crazy sometimes because I only wear workout clothes. And while I teach especially, I'm always wearing wear and tear. So I happened to be wearing a 21-day fixed shirt one day, and she said, oh, I was going to order that yesterday. I saw the infomercial. And I said, before you order, let me show you how you can save, blah, blah, blah. Got her to sign up for the challenge pack. And this one surprised me. This is a friend of a friend, and she might be on my email newsletter, but I haven't talked to her since December when I invited her to a challenge. She's preparing for her next Ironman, I think, or her first Ironman. She does all these runs. Anyway, she bought a challenge pack, and it just showed up. So that was super cool. And then my coach point, Jenny was invited to the size test group. She's from college, and she's already rocking 2 weeks in. She's already got her first 2 points, so I'm super proud of her. Sherry was a connection on Facebook. Love Shanti. She was buying Shakeology off eBay, and I told her how she can save more, and she can actually make money by doing, being a coach or whatever. And then Marissa, same thing. It's a girl from back home, friend of a friend. And I posted a transformation picture of one of my coaches on Transformation Tuesday. And she messaged me, and she was like, I'm tired, and I need to make a change. She's also a teacher. And she had signed up last month. And then she said, I asked if she liked Shakeology, and she said yes. So I said, you might as well save on it. So she canceled that order and signed up this month for the challenge pack to be a discount coach to save. So I have a lot of people that I still get the double success points. Forget what Beachbody says about that. I have them cancel before the end of, if they're going to sign up for a coach. I just have them cancel at the end of July, and then they'll sign up beginning of August with the challenge pack to be a coach. So that's what I had her do, and oftentimes that still works for me for a point. So that is how I've gotten my points. And I know this is actually have taken longer. Sorry for those of you who are up really late at 10. I love you. My biggest takeaway, guys, really, is to go after the relationship first. I know as new coaches, you want to come in and you follow all these top coaches and you see everybody who's like 4 years ago, I was living paycheck to paycheck, and now, like, look at what I'm buying, look at where I live, I'm hiring my husband, and life is grand. And for me, like, I know I wanted to come in, I had lost my purpose, and I didn't want to teach anymore, and I was stuck in these crappy, somewhat teaching jobs, and I just wanted to make money. And I needed to prove to my family and to my loving boyfriend that I could do this and I could support myself. And I was making like $30 a month. I had one return Shakeology customer. And so what I really had to just figure out was you have to go after the person first. You have to show that you really, really care for them first and their journey and their health and their happiness, and that they are making progress, whether how great or small, and that it's them and it's not about you. Forget the points, forget the commission. If you literally lead with your heart and go after that first, I promise you that your business starts to pick up so much more, because it comes across so much more genuine, and people really start to build that trust with you. So if you invest your time, I feel like I invested my whole first year really planting a ton of seeds, showing them that this was not a 3-month little hobby that I picked up and then I was moving on to something else. This is really what I truly love, and I share and I try to add value every single day, and I message with people and I give free help all the time, and I run free challenges. If you give them the time and the care, then they come back and pay. Cam, for like 2 years, right? This girl, she started originally ordering off eBay, and I had her at least sign up for an account under me, and she was in my groups. And then she started just buying some base programs, and now I just got her to buy a challenge pack, and now she's ready for coaching. Like, if I had just said no way back when, what? So, and I love this girl. So, if you invest your time and your care into people, I promise you that it starts to really pay off for you. And like that girl Christy I talked about, I invested in with her. I loved on her. I helped her, and even though she's not in Shakeology, and even though she didn't want to be a coach, and she has sent me at least 13 people. So that's what I got for you guys. That's what I do. I hope that there's at least something in here that was like beneficial for you guys. So yeah, I don't know. Crystal, can you hear me?